WILDARMY, Wildman Gaz here, out on manoeuvres, bit of foraging, bit of exploring. Come across these beasts, the size of them. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about these mushrooms. These are actually what we call the parasol mushroom. They are actually an edible. See where it's come away from the skirt there? Quite a thick stem on it, but it is quite hollow. The stem isn't much good, but you can actually eat them. They're rife this time of year. This field's absolutely full of them. Absolutely awesome. There's another one. So yeah, they are actually the parasol mushroom. Everyone's been asking about them. They are edible. Some of them grow to at least 12 inches across. It's about 7 inch, 8 inch. There's a few of them growing up this bank here. So yeah, there's one for the mushroom challenge, guys. I want to get the parasol. Oi, oi, WILDARMY. This is Wildman Gaz doing the mushroom challenge. I found an awesome little edible here. This is actually a mushroom, a fungus. It grows on oak trees. I've been after this one, but sorry it's an extra row, guys. I was looking for a bigger piece really. But this fungus actually grows on oak trees. I'm going to take him out, let you have a look at him. This is for the mushroom challenge. It's seen better days. That's actually what we call beefsteak fungus. And that's a beautiful specimen, that. And it's actually called beefsteak fungus because it has got the texture and the look of beef. It is a beef substitute for the vegetarians. But if I cut into that... Oh, sorry. Can you see the meaty texture? Can you see how it looks like beef? And this mushroom will actually bleed. If I squeeze that, this is quite an old one. I don't think there's any blood going to come out of that. But this mushroom does actually bleed. And that actually looks like a piece of steak. These are a bit acrid. A lot of people eat them raw. But like I say, it is a substitute for beef. There's all sorts out there, Army. You've just got to get out and learn. This is on the mushroom challenge. I found the parasol and a little tiny piece of beefsteak for us. So if you see this growing on an oak tree, it is edible. It's one for the foraging bag. And it's also good for vegetarians. Oi, oi, WILDARMY. Wildman Gaz here out on mushroom challenge. What an awesome looking mushroom. What an ugly looking mushroom. Now that's not one of the best looking things you'll ever see. But it is an awesome looking mushroom nonetheless. It's quite a big boy. And this is actually what we call the ugly milk cap. And you can see why. It's not the best looking mushroom. And you can see why it's called a milk cap. I'll show you why it's called a milk cap in a minute. So if you see these out and about, they're not edible. They've got a really bitter taste. They're not recommended. They're not poisonous, but they are inedible. And you wouldn't want to eat that. You'd only eat that if you were starving hungry. Because that is one ugly, ugly mushroom. Shame for it, really. It's got a nice little heart shape. But yeah, these grow late summer to autumn. The similar species, you've got your Birch Milk Cap. This is growing around the beach. There we are. It's all been chopped up. But I'll show you now why we call them the milk cap. As you can see, when you cut into it, it does produce quite a large amount of milk. As you can see there, look. You see the milk coming out of it. Milky. Let's have a sniff. Yeah, it smells quite nice. It smells mushroomy, but this isn't really one for the foraging bag. But there you go, guys. Another mushroom for the mushroom challenge. The ugly milk cap. Oi, oi. Wildman Gaz explores here. Come across another mushroom. It's my Sunday mushroom challenge. These are actually an awesome looking mushroom. Look at the colours of them. Quite pretty. Very pinkish colour. Absolutely awesome looking shroom. Actually quite transparent these are. I'll take a closer look at it. As you can see, gills are pink. Well, more lilac. And that's all in the name. These are actually the Lilac Bonnet. These are poisonous. They contain muscarine. They will give you really, really bad effects. Not good for you at all, but they look really awesome. You know how smart are they? I'm okay touching them as long as I don't ingest it. But they are actually called the Lilac Bonnet. Yeah, they're pretty. They look pretty cool. But they're a dangerous mushroom, so stay away from these ones, guys, if you see them out in the wild. These are not one for the foraging bag. And there's quite a few of them growing here. So that's actually the Lilac Bonnet. One to stay away from, guys. This is Wildman signing out. Till the next time. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Wildman Gaz here. Come across a mushroom here, guys. Now, you'd actually think that was a field mushroom, wouldn't you? I actually thought it was the Prince. But what you've got here is a bit of an imposter, because these grow with field mushrooms. And this is actually what we call the yellow stainer. So if you were out picking field mushrooms, can you remember how I said give them a scrape? You see that, guys? Can you see how it's turning yellow? Always scrape your field mushrooms to see if they turn yellow, because that is not a field mushroom. That's actually a yellow stainer. Not very good for you. It can make you really ill. So when you're out picking field mushrooms, guys, I know it's October and we've gone past field mushroom season. That's actually the yellow stainer. Just a bit of a Wildman tip. Sorry about the cars. Just be careful out there, guys. Wildman tips and tricks. Just be careful. That's the yellow stainer. Right, this is Wildman Gaz signing out. Till the next time. Mushroom challenge. Be careful out there, guys. Oi, oi, WILDARMY, I'm back again. Come across another mushroom here on my mushroom challenge. These actually grow in troops. And that's the name of them. They're actually called the trooping funnel. These are edible. They're a lovely little mushroom. And like I say, they grow in little troops. As you can see, there's a little army of them growing all along the side of this road. Look at that, guys. What an awesome, perfect little mushroom. So yeah, the trooping funnel. You can get these mistaken. There's actually roll rims and stuff, but I know for a fact that they are actually trooping funnel mushrooms. So we're out on the mushroom challenge, doing it WILDARMY style. Look at these guys just chilling. I've only pulled two up there just to show you the underside of them. The stem's quite thick. The gills are very spaced out. My phone's playing up now. So yeah, the trooping funnel. Awesome little bit of nature. This is Wildman Gaz on the mushroom challenge. Hope you're enjoying the content, guys. If you like stuff like this, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And come and join the WILDARMY. We get up to all sorts. Exploring, foraging, the lot. Come over to my playlist, guys. There's all sorts over there. Have a good one. This is Wildman on the Mushroom Challenge, the Tripping Funnel Mushroom. Right, this is Wildman Gaz out. Have a good one, guys. Till the next time. Oi, oi. How's it going, Wild Army? This is Wildman Gaz, Mushroom Challenge. Not sure if I've done this one before. This is actually the Suede Bonnet. Now, it is not really edible. It's not recommended because it's got a poor flavour. It's quite a soggy mushroom. It had turned to mush by the time he got home. It grows under broadleaf trees. It is a strange mushroom. Like I say, it's a soggy one. The slugs love it. As you can see, it turns quite pink just under the rim. It's got a yellow stem. It's got quite a porous yellowy green underside, not gills. This is quite honeycomb, quite perforated, but there's some lovely little specimens here. You can get it mistaken for the sap family, you know. I mean, it doesn't really look like a penny bun, but they're very similar. But not one recommended for the foraging bag, really. So that is the Suede Bonnet. It has got quite a suedey feel to the top of it. As you can see. It's quite a big one here. But that one, as you can see, that one's turning to mush. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend picking them, guys, because like I say, by the time you get them home, they're no good to nobody. How's it going, Wild Army? Mushroom Challenge. Having a bit of break from exploring on a Sunday. Just out and about in the woods. You know me. Doing it Wild Army style. Got a little mushroom here. This one's actually called the Birch Milk Cap. It grows in all leafy, textured bogs. It's a lovely looking little mushroom. Take a closer look. Sorry guys. Take a look underneath. You can see underneath there, the gills actually join the stem. We've usually got a little indent in the middle, like a little hole in the middle. These aren't really edible. They've got quite an acrid taste. They're not very nice tasting at all. But they're just another interesting little mushroom. You could probably mistake them for a full chanterelle as well. So you do have to be careful. Some younger ones here growing. Look at that little guy. He's just chilling in his own little world, like the wild man. Just relaxing, taking in the sounds of nature and the birds. So yeah, what we have there is the Birch Milk Cap. It does produce a slight bit of milk when you destroy the gills, which turns quite yellow. If you put it on paper, it will turn a yellow colour. And there's another one for us, guys. So if you see that in the wild, not really edible, not poisonous, but that's actually the Birch Milk Cap. How's it going, guys? This is quite a common mushroom for this time of year. This is actually what we call the Birch Polypore. It's called a polypore because it grows at 90 degrees. It's actually quite a big boy, that is. As you can see, it's got white flesh underneath. We'll take a look up this birch tree. These are growing everywhere this time of year. It's a nice specimen there, and I'm going to show you something now that might help you out in the wild. This guy won't mind. This has actually got a first aid use. And if you actually cut the flesh off that, I'll just show you now. If I mark that out like that. Sorry guys. And And I'll strip that off. See how that's stripping off, guys? If you wrap that around a wound, that will actually tighten around your wound and act as a plaster. So hard doing this one-handed. You get the idea. You wrap that around your wound, it'll tighten up around the wound and act as a plaster if you cut yourself in the wild. Mushrooms have loads of uses, and the Birch Polypore is actually a first aid mushroom. As explorers, I'm just doing my mushroom challenge. It's Sunday. Come across another group of mushrooms here. These are not edible. These are actually called the spotted tough shank. They do grow in groups. They can grow quite large. Them ones are quite wavy. There's actually quite a few of them around here, as you can see. And I know it's the spotted tough shank because when they're young, if you have a look underneath, they've got white gills and like a creamy pinky edge to them. And what happens is when you handle them, they do turn brown. But they're not edible. They're just another little mushroom for the mushroom diaries. So yeah, the spotted tough shank. They grow under pine trees mainly and bracken, like how I am now. Middle of the woods. So if you see these out and about, they're not edible. Not really beneficial. They've got a very bitter taste, and that's actually the spotted tough shank. Right guys, I'm out of here. Got a bit of a mission on. You can see what other little things we can find. Get yourselves out in nature, guys. There's all sorts to find.